Hi, everyone, and welcome into another episode of Joshing Around Milwaukee. My name is Josh Albrecht, and with me, as always, is...
Hey, it's Josh Albrecht.
That's right, Josh Albrecht and Josh Albrecht, and we are very excited to have on our guest the man, the myth, the legend, and contemporary artist, Adam Himebauch, joining us today. Adam, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So, Adam, really excited about some of the projects that you're working on here in Milwaukee, but first, let's kind of tell the audience, as we often like to do, kind of introduce them to you, your story, how you got to Milwaukee, and why people should know you in Milwaukee. So tell us your story of how you got here to Milwaukee.
Yeah, I was born and raised in Delavan, Wisconsin, this once known as the circus capital of the nation.
Still is, I think.
Hey, I'm carrying that banner for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of razzle dazzle there. But I've spent the last 15 years in New York City, making a name for myself, Mr. Downtown, man about town, international known contemporary artist. But I've recently come back to southeastern Wisconsin. I went to school at UW Milwaukee, so I spent some formative years there. And I've moved back the last year, and I'm excited to hit the ground running and see what the city has to offer me as a grown-ass man.
So tell us a little bit about what the decision was, though, or what made you go, because you could have gone anywhere from especially from New York. Why home, and not even necessarily home, but just to Milwaukee to explore this as the next chapter?
Yeah, I could probably give you 20 reasons, and they'd all be true, but just the homegrown feel of the city, it does have a lot of culture. It's got just the right amount of people where you can really make some noise and stand in the spotlight and opportunities. I haven't been here since I was, like I said, about 20, 21. I've gone to Summerfest every year. My family still lives in the area. I still have everyone around. So it's kind of nice to kind of put my feet on the ground and see what wiggle room there is in Milwaukee.
Yeah, well, plenty of opportunity to shake some things up, bring some of that, international style that you've grown to be known for to our city, and so exciting to have your talents come and bring some funky art, right?
Yeah. The art world and the contemporary art world has kind of been focused in a few cities around the world, New York being one of them. And just recently, especially with the onslaught of social media and the way the internet works, it's really become decentralized, and you can really make great art anywhere. And while I loved my time in the big city, and I still have one foot firmly planted there, it's more about coming home and just community and feeling a little bit more grounded, Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I love that. No, it's great. I mean, that's kind of what Milwaukee and Wisconsin's all about, is that sort of hometown feel, being able to be grounded but also being able to make your mark fairly easily. If you want to make your mark here, the city embraces it and is ready for it. So that's got to be exciting for you to come back home and see the opportunity to be like, hey, I can really do something here. I did it in New York City, but man, if I can do it there and play internationally, I can really do something really funky and creative in Milwaukee.
100%. I mean, I've been saying it for the last few years. New York City is great, but everyone's trying to shine bright. And everyone does shine bright. But if you take that mentality and you do have a little bit of glow about you, you can really stand out. And like I said, there is opportunity to make some noise. And that's what interests me as a contemporary artist.
Yeah.
Using the tools of today to make the art of the day. And you can do that anywhere. And why not Milwaukee?
Yeah. When you were in New York for a while, you had a pseudonym. What was that pseudonym?
Yeah, I did a performance project, and I was called Hanksy, and it was a satire character I was playing, but existed in real life. I really like to blend those worlds between fabrication and reality, and there's a lot of magic that happens in that. But it was a satire on the street art and graffiti culture. But what started out as a joke really kind of opened up this huge chapter of my life that ended up going for 7-8 years. And it was the beginning of the first wave of social media, and I rode that
Nice.
like a professional, and a lot of fun. Everything was very organic, but there comes a point in everyone's life. It's like, do you want to be known as that? Can you do more? Don't put me in the corner and label me this. I'm all about this.
Different opportunities.
So is the Hanksy pseudonym persona, is that retired, or do you still bring out Hanksy sometimes?
I mean, sometimes. I don't know. I'm like,
Can you really get rid of it?
That's what I was wondering.
Well, I mean, I kind of put it to bed. It was a chapter that I closed and moved on. But I really realized that career in the arts, or any career, doesn't always have to be linear. You can dip back into these buckets here and there. Doesn't mean I won't revisit Hanksy, but because there was a while when I was trying to sweep it under the rug. Like, don't look over there. I'm this.
Yeah.
But I've come to really embrace it, because it's made me who I am and gave me a really good foundation.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe Milwaukee could get a little MKE Hanksy.
Yeah.
Little
Just like
Cream
a
City Hanksy.
modified version, or something completely, maybe something even better. There's always
there's a few things in store, which is why you're here talking with us today. And I'm really excited that Visit Milwaukee is able to partner with you and our partners at Map King on a really fun promotion. That's why we've invited him in the studio specifically.
Some might even say, Josh, that it's a golden idea.
Hey,
that's my transition. I had that written down. We're going to get to that when we come back on Joshing Around Milwaukee. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to Joshing Around Milwaukee. We're having an awesome time with our guest today, contemporary artist Adam Himebauch. And Adam, you are doing an awesome partnership and a project with Visit Milwaukee. MKE Gold Rush. Tell me about this.
Yeah, the Milwaukee Gold Rush. It's kind of an activation, a conceptual and performance project, and involves the public looking around Milwaukee for hidden sculptures that I've made that may or may not contain large amounts of money. And it's about getting people off their couch, off their phone, and feet on the ground.
Quite a bit of a artistic scavenger hunt, adventure, right?
Yeah.
Get out there, all ages, which is great. Get out there, bring the fam if you want. A great way to explore the city. And what we love about this with Visit Milwaukee is it's also tied in with our partners at Map King. So our Map King software allows people to explore the city super easily with an interactive map. And there's clues. You got to get some of these clues. You can't just like wander out into the city, which maybe you'll stumble upon one. But there's clues within our digital map with Map King to help you find these cheese sculptures and maybe, like you said, a little cash inside. So we encourage people to go to our website, visitmilwaukee.org, get onto our Map King digital map, and start to explore the city for the Gold Rush. Now, the one of the things I love about the sculpture is that it is cheese. And Wisconsin and Milwaukee, we are known for our cheese.
We are fans of cheese.
So tell us a little bit about how you came to decide on the cheese.
The cheese, it's what Wisconsin's famous for, Get that cheddar, all about getting that cheese, baby.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I'm typically known for my painting and my performance projects, very viral-worthy performances, very expensive paintings. But this is my first venture into sculpture. And the interesting thing that really intrigues me about this is that they are pieces of art, and I haven't made sculptures before. So these realistic sculptures of a big block of cheddar. And, the public, once they find it, they can either keep the sculpture and treasure it as a piece of art by Adam Himebauch, or they can take the risk and break it open and see if there's money inside. And there might be a large amount, there might be a small amount, there might be no amount.
Yeah.
But I like that conversation as an artist, as a conceptual project. It really interests me. do you destroy the art, making it worthless for the chance of an easy payoff?
What do you do? What do you do, Josh?
Well,
what do you do? You find it? What do you do?
I would be analyzing it like as if I was in how can I save the piece of art, but like get any clue or context into what is in it. So like I would probably drill holes in the cheese.
Okay.
Right? So that it still can be the art, but then giving me access to what's inside. There's no way I'm treating this like a piggy bank.
Well, you've already even if you drill a hole, you've altered the art.
For me, once you compromise the art piece, it is no longer art, it is garbage. As the artist, I don't recognize it as art anymore.
That's where I also, as not the artist, say the same thing.
No, come on. No way. No.
100%. You have
and let me say, if there's nothing in it, I might even just say like, yeah, that's mine. I partially made that. I would take from you, Adam, half the credit for the holes that I put in your art and then claim it as mine. Now, if there's cash inside, I'm going, Adam, thank you so much. And
look at this. This is amazing.
Grabbing the hammer. Yeah. It's saying, let's knock it over.
So with this, it's well over $21,000 in prizes that people can win. Now, is that all cash or is it prizes and cash? How's the prizes work?
It's the total cash prizes geared towards the contestants. Yep. So it's not all, it's all in value, not just necessarily big bundles of cash.
Yeah.
But TBD.
Yeah.
It's a very viral project, and it's getting more support every day.
Yeah.
We go past.
So when should people hit the streets hard? Like when Josh loves a plan. He loves to get plans. He loves to try to map things.
I'm going through.
He's
everything.
Like, all right, do I start? Do I
put
jump
a team
on
together? I put 4 people at multiple locations. We all communicate with each other.
Walkie-talkies.
I got to make sure I have people that are focused on different tasks. You got to put teams together to this. You can't just go into this. Oh, we'll go look for a cheese sculpture. You're going to lose. You're going to lose if that's your plan. You're going to lose to me. Like I will find them.
So how do you beat Josh to the cheese?
That's what you're.
Any tips and tricks?
How do you beat Josh to the cheese? Well, we are throughout the month of May. We're releasing 3 sculptures throughout the city per week, and they're given clues. Map King, visit Milwaukee. In fact, I have a clue right now.
Oh, I didn't know this.
Okay.
You better jot it down.
Okay, hold on. Yep. Okay.
You ready? Everybody got pen and paper? If you're driving in your car, put on a voice memo or something.
Pull over. Yep.
All right. This is a clue. It's the beer that made Milwaukee famous once raised a glass here. Find the sculpture where the garden used to grow.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Maybe I think it's fair to give it to him one more time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. The beer that made Milwaukee famous once raised a glass here. Find the sculpture where the garden used to grow.
All right. I think Josh got it, but that's it. He's not giving it to you again.
Used to
For those
grow.
Listening, they can go on to if you're listening on air, you go to the podcast, re-listen to it, right? Over and over again, get our listeners up.
Yeah. You just replay the episode.
We just play the episode over and over again.
Yeah.
And you have to listen to the whole episode to get that clue. And then you can get out and see if you can find it. Because we're not giving the answer today. Because if we give the answer, you know where the cheese is.
No. There might be a note there that says, ha, left by me.
Right.
After I find it before you.
Exactly.
But otherwise, best of luck.
And then
this is so fun. That's one.
That's just one of the 3 per week.
And they're not all being released. It's not going to be like there's 100 of these throughout the city in one day. You said 3 per week.
3 per week trickled out throughout May, ending on National Cheese Day in early June. So it'll be a nice big live event. A lot of razzle dazzle and pizzazz. I'm a big spectacle guy.
Love it.
I love the spectacle. So there's a lot of surprises in store, and that's one of the reasons why I came back to the Midwest.
Well, we appreciate Visit Milwaukee. Really appreciates you, including us in this extravaganza, and we're excited that it's going to be something that really activates the city. I think people are going to have fun with this throughout the month of May and into June. It's a good way to explore the city and hopefully win some cheddar. And of course, partner with Map King. So it's a great partnership. I think it could be something that hopefully we have great success with and can maybe even do again with something else in the future. So.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah,
it's gonna be awesome. We're gonna Again, if you missed it, we're going to go over some of the ways that you participate, notes you should make about the Milwaukee Gold Rush when we come back on Joshing Around Milwaukee. Stay tuned. All right, everyone, welcome back to Joshing Around Milwaukee. We're having an awesome time with contemporary artist Adam Himebauch. And Adam, really excited about the Milwaukee Gold Rush, which if you missed, and you missed the clue, you got to go back anyway. You're definitely going to want to hear that part of today's show. But you got other things that you're working on. What else are you going to be doing now that you're back in Wisco?
Yeah, Wisco. I still have one foot back in Milwaukee, so I have a big exhibition coming up with NYC MoCA, New York City Museum of Contemporary Art. That happens later this summer. To commemorate the Milwaukee Gold Rush project, I am releasing a print. I get asked a lot to release prints, but I only do paintings. So this is based on a painting I did and a drawing I did of a hike I took through the Ice Age Trail a couple of years ago. It's a beautiful golden painting, vibrant yellow colors. So I'm releasing that actually right now. So you can go to foundersartclub.org, and it's a limited edition print. And besides that, I'm just excited to get back into the studio and make some beautiful paintings.
Yeah, and so if people want to see your work, follow you, what's the best way? Where should people go?
Best way, you can just Google my name, Adam Himebauch. There's a lot of viral clips out there, a lot of videos, a lot of fun stuff. I treat my social media as my website. You can just go to Instagram, so at Adam Himebauch LLC. It's the best way to see the most comprehensive take on my art.
Yeah. Look, I love your story that you grew up in Wisconsin, in and around the Milwaukee area, left, made a huge name for yourself, and you said, my family's in Wisconsin, and I'm going to come back and do some really cool things there too. And I'm going to bring all my experiences and my knowledge and my skills back to the motherland, if you will, and add some pizzazz to the city. And I love that. I think it's a great story. And
it's fantastic.
Probably the fact that you went to college here and you're coming back, you're just giving back to the region and the city that helped make you who you are, which is really awesome. And I think this is going to be really exciting. So I'm excited for Milwaukee Gold Rush. I'm excited to beat Josh to the cheese. And I will not destroy mine. You didn't even ask me. You didn't ask me, but I'm going to tell you.
It's because you're not going to get it, so it doesn't matter.
If I get it,
you've never asked me if I could dunk a basketball, because we both know it's never going to happen. It's the same thing.
So I am a big proponent of don't destroy the art. That's my go for it, but I know everybody has a different thing. So all through the month of May, grand finale, June 4th, National Cheese Day, a great way to do it, to learn about everything, to find out about the contest, to get the clues, to see all the amazing prizes that you can win through this treasure hunt. Go to visitmilwaukee.org. You can use our Map King software on our website, visitmilwaukee.org. $21,000 in prizes already committed to this. Visit Milwaukee's official digital map. Already 2,000 plus participants signed up who are already preparing their hunts in May. So already 2,000 people. So 2,000 people are already way ahead of you, Josh, in planning.
No.
So you better get out there.
I just passed at least half of them.
People
in this episode
are out there on the streets looking for the cheese. Maybe you'll stumble upon it, but you got to find the clues. You got to go to visitmilwaukee.org to get those.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here, Adam. We really appreciate it, and we appreciate your help with the Milwaukee Gold Rush, and we can't wait to see what you do next.
It was a pleasure to be here, a pleasure to get jammed. Love it.
All right, and thank you so much to everyone for tuning into this episode of Joshing Around Milwaukee. For more information on Joshing Around, go to visitmilwaukee.org. All right, everyone. Again, thank you for tuning into this episode of Joshing Around Milwaukee. If you're seeing this part of the show, it means that you're watching or listening on one of Visit Milwaukee's social media channels, and we really do appreciate it. We're having a great time with Adam Himebauch on today's show. And Adam, this is the big part of the show. Josh asks his question. Josh, take it away.
Yeah, it's the big question of the day. There is a lot of energy around Milwaukee right now. And at Visit Milwaukee, we like to say that's fresh city vibes. So the big question is, what's giving you fresh city vibes right now?
Fresh city vibes. I recently went to the Eagles Ballroom, and I know it's been around forever, but I Saw LCD sound system there last year, and they have a new AC system at the club.
That's a
and
big thing.
Yeah.
a big thing. It's still pretty hot, but I found the coolest spot is in front of the giant vent in the back of the
Nice.
ballroom, which I stayed at for the entire concert.
Yeah.
But that was the coolest place in the city I've felt.
I love it.
That's
That's a
awesome.
pro tip right
Yeah.
there for
Yeah, it
people
is.
going to the ballroom, right?
It's
Find the
funny too
vent.
because I feel like the reason why we love that question too, Adam, is because there's always a different answer. Like there's just so much to do that everyone, whether it could be a small restaurant or a trail or there's something. I don't know how many people have actually brought up the Eagles Ballroom. on top of
First
everything.
time.
Yeah,
First time
yeah.
in 4 years.
and it's like a
Yeah.
staple. Like it's
Yeah.
crazy how many people don't.
Yeah.
You know, I still talk to people every day that are like, I need to go to a show there, and I'm like, how have you not?
Yeah.
It's just so grandiose. I mean, I remember going to the rave, a lot of punk shows when I was, going to UW Milwaukee. But I was like, oh, Eagles Ballroom. My dad used to go to the Y there.
Oh,
It's
wow.
like,
Yeah,
why not? And it's so beautiful, the lighting in there. I mean,
Yeah.
you walk around that corner for the first time, I was like, whoa, wow, literally in awe. My girlfriend and I, well, ex-girlfriend and I. We're just standing there in awe. So the Eagles Ballroom, as hot as it may be, it's still a cool place to go.
yes,
That's killer.
Yeah, it's awesome. Well, again, we appreciate you coming on. As I mentioned before, we can't wait to see what else you bring to color and for us to enjoy in the city. We appreciate you coming on, Adam. Thank you.
Thank you. Loved it.
All right, and thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Joshing Around Milwaukee. Make sure to come in second place, by the way, if you forgot, in the Milwaukee Gold Rush. You can find out more information on that and Joshing Around Milwaukee at visitmilwaukee.org. We'll see you next time.
Two Joshes are better